Yeah.
Need a bath. Oh, I'm loving it. Just class that as. Just recap, it's the next morning. So on another video.
It's Saturday. Saturday before the Sunday. That's normally what happens, isn't it? So we're going to measure in here. Ready for these doors. Cheryl's just moving stuff out of the way. Willow's bed. Willow's got more beds than us, you know. What we're doing is fitting the Louvre doors on here. We built them a year ago, didn't we?
Mm. Over a year ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
Gosh.
One of the first things we did was this room, I think.
Yeah, see if we can.
You built this, didn't you?
Yeah, there used to be a big water tank in here.
Yeah.
And the pipes.
And then fitted wardrobes.
Yeah, we put this in. We'll show you that. But what we're doing today is measuring for the doors. So Cheryl's got pen and paper.
Pen and paper.
So yeah, let's get the overall measurement from that wall to the edge of here. I'll just go get the doors.
That's 3.
And we want 5.5, don't we? In total to take off. That's a problem. So what we're going to do now is actually mark the doors ready for me to sew them, so, you know, take the excess off. So the good news is Cheryl's good at measuring and marking. I actually know what needs doing, but I can't always do it because of my tremor. So we make a bit of a team, don't we?
Yeah, I just want to double check my measurements and my maths.
Oh, always. Measure twice, cut once, or in my case, measure 4 times, cut 3 times, put it in the bin and start again. 1 inch and draw a line. That's 1 inch on that, and we'll do the same on there. Yeah, so 1 inch, 1 inch. That leaves us how much?
4.5 inch to take off. If we're taking 5.5 inch and we're taking 1 inch off that, then we've got to lose another 4.5.
That's okay. So 1 inch, 1 inch. Mark and draw. There's a straight edge. You might want to put them on the floor. Do you see? The reason we're being so careful is obvious. I don't want to have to buy, you know, another set of doors. You'll hit the tripod. Steal that one from it and send it that way. Pull it over. There. What's that like? Can you? What's that like?
Yeah.
Good? Yeah, good. So, what we do know, because both same width, the will fit. Hurrah!
Hurrah!
Sunday morning. Gosh, it's cold. It's around about 10 AM, so not too early. Now, today, Cheryl wants to try and put her doors on to the cupboard in her dressing room come office. So my first job, because I've got to cut the doors, is to clear this workbench, because I want to put the doors on a nice flat clean surface. to cut them. So I'll get on with that. I've sewn the doors, well, 2 of them. This is a vital piece of timber because the saws I've got are not joiners tools, well, first fix joiners, rough. So if you have a look at this door here that I cut, see how it's missing a big sliver of stuff?
Yeah.
That's because the saw, when it got to the end, just went ping. So we keep this sort of thing because that will glue straight back in. Well, it will when Cheryl does it. And when that's glued, set and painted, you'll never know. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's just something, so we keep. That's it. If you hear that click, you know it's a good fix. And these are quite soft timbers, so we don't want to go too mad with a fix, you know. Splits the wood if you do. I just remembered something. Right, put that down. Standing up here. There's one face I haven't levelled, and that's the front. Just check it now. What's that like?
Not far off.
When you say, okay, I'll have to have a look. Just pull the bottom out until it's level. It's, if you look down, you see the gap at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like a millimetre, so it's not bad. Ooh. So you need to be about 2 inches from the end of the wood. That'll do. The reason I do that is so that we don't split the end of the wood. If you're watching with intent, and you feel comfortable for drilling ish. Yeah, okay, good. So what we're going to do now is cut this middle batten, fit it with 2 little bits of upright. Just point to them, babe. The little bits of upright, there you go, to measure and cut. But we'll do that after we've put the top on it. Right, good. It is now time for a cup of tea and a biscuit. Okay, what are you up to?
Middle batten clamped on, and I think we're going to see if it's level.
Go on then.
Oh no, that's on.
Of course it's not. You can see it here, I think. Is it? What's it like?
Yeah.
Alright, just try it now and then we'll fasten an end. So it's way off, isn't it? Your end needs to come down. Alright, what we'll do, so you've just got to get the best average you can. This middle rail is obviously out of level, and I can actually see there. What's that like? Put your level on your timber. Yeah?
Hang on. Wants to go up with my end of it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
There.
Okay, right there. So we've a little bit too much height here, but I'm happy with that. Whoa, not happy with that. Right, chisel. This is the bit I can't do, you see, but have you got a little dustpan and brush anywhere?
Downstairs, I'll go get it.
Put your mark on the other end, that's what you're going to fasten, you see. That's it. There's your screw.
Oops.
That's it. So we're doing well here. I think we only spent about an hour and a half on it, I'm not sure. Time did I start on it? It was about 20 to 10. I don't know what time it is now. Do you?
Nearly lunchtime, I think.
Oh, 12:15, so yeah. So I'll cut these two and then we'll grab a sandwich. But as you can see, we're another half an hour and that frame will be done. The good thing, what you might be thinking is, well, that looks a bit rough. It isn't. The timbers are not bad. The screw holes need filling, which is why I've countersunk them. Cheryl can fill, sand a bit, paint, can't you?
Yep.
Good. Right, we're getting there. Stay with us. That door is the right door. That needs to come off. So that will sit there, something like that.
Yeah.
It's got to be level. But we need to know where the screws are, you see. All right. So we fitted these doors, but hopefully you'll see that they've dropped, you know. We cut a bit off top and bottom, and that has weakened the joints on the doors. So I've got an idea to fix them. Let's see how I get on. Getting late in the day now, but I want to get these cuts done. So I've got this ply, already cut one piece for that job on the top of the stairs, the landing. This is for the back of those Louvre doors in Cheryl's dressing room and office. So I'm going to get them marked up, hopefully cut. That'll be about it for today. It's getting a bit dark out there now. Right, I'll get them marked up and sewn. So as you can maybe see, whoop, measured this timber, clamped it. I have to do this because of my tremor. I can't just draw a line and cut along it. Anyway, I'm going to cut those, I've put them both together, put two sheets together. This should be the right size, we'll see. where are you? I've cut two boards together, so at least the exact same length. Whether it's right, I don't know. I'll go and have a look. I have to have the door level in order to fix a board to the back of there to add strength back in. But before I do that, I've got to mark where these hinges are so that I can fit the board flat. I've just noticed a couple of screws missing there and at the bottom. That was because when I was hanging them, said to Shell, just put one in just in case. So I'm going to have to put those in as well to add, again, a bit of strength. Okay. So I've got the board that's going on, piece of ply, clamped it in place. It has slipped a little bit, so I'll reclamp it. But now what I can do is draw the where the hinge is and where I need to cut it out. So both sides to do, sorry, both doors to do, not both sides. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll do my best. Right, Cheryl's back from her lunch, but in that time I managed to get that board plywood on there. I have put a lot of screws in, I understand that, but I do want it to be strong. It is. That door now is as stiff as a board. Ha ha ha. Still got a few screws to put down there. Let me show you what the other door's like. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing this, I can't remember if I said, look at this door. See, when we cut them to make them shorter, because they were too long, obviously, that's why we cut them, this area here, the joint here and at the bottom, well, in all four corners, lost some of its integrity. So what I can do is same as what I did to the other, level this door up, support it, fit the plywood backboard with plenty of screws, so it's almost as if the plywood becomes part of the door, you know. That's why I'm putting a lot of screws in. The other ones worked excellent, but it's when you close it, it's a good 2/8 of an inch, call it 1/4 of an inch, wrong. So I'm going to have to move the hinge back just to pull the door a little bit further into level. I'll show you. Right, Cheryl's back. I'll show you, look. There she is, back from her lunch. With her hair in the golden sunlight. Whoa. So I'm back in here. Bed, headboard and lid. Hello. You coming to check? I'm back in here because I fitted that. And you know, when you just keep looking at something and thinking, that's not good enough. Where that level is, first of all, this front headboard panel is too low. So I'm going to pick that up a little bit. I'm going to fit the top first, refit it, because I had a nasty gap at the back. The bead I got for it wasn't wide enough. And also I didn't have a overhang at the front here, you know, for the lid. I'll show you later. I've got a nasty gap there. No, that ain't. So, better to do it now. Yeah, these things happen. Somebody said in the comments Mikey keeps saying I'm not a joiner, but, well, this is proof, more proof, if you needed it, that I'm not a joiner. Right, I'll get on with it. So that's the lid back on. That nasty gap at the back taken care of. Slight shadow there, but when we decorate, that'll be sorted. Yeah, it's also stronger now. I've supported the middle of it. So now, to do this headboard, I'm going to lift it up. Got this done. Got a nice bead along the back. It's a bit of architrave, but by the time we decorate, that'll look nice. So what a job I had with this. Tried to take the panel off, the screw snapped, another one the head got ruined. So anyway, I decided to fix it where it was, and I've put like a architrave frame around it, so that'll look nice when it's painted. Yeah. Right, on to the next job. Oh, better get cleaned up. Got ourselves or myself in a right mess with these doors. You see the big gap at the top, no gap at the bottom. Last night I moved that frame out, as you can see, just to see if it would solve another problem, which is that they were not meeting at the top or the bottom. So I thought, well, I know what it is. Anyway, I didn't. I'm going to move everything back and try and fix it properly. I know what the issue is, and it's easy to say now, but I do. So I'll get on with that. Oh, well, that's annoying. So that door is absolutely vertical. So if I've had the level on it, absolutely vertical. However, across the top, it's slightly out, it's not level. And I've been trying and trying. Anyway, I know what it is. Good grief. Right. So I took the doors off, took the frame bit off that I've done. They now fit. Amen for that. They're not brilliant. See if I can show you. I mean, that's not bad, I suppose. But they are pushing on the hinges all over. They're alright while they're like that. You know, you get a latch at the top of some sort. It'll pull this left or back as I look at it. You're right. That top needs pulling back a bit. Springing out. Now, this looks fine. Except when you get to here. That's a bit of a mess. So, I think I'm going to cut that off there and put a nice new piece of timber ready for the top doors, which is going to be an issue because that's in the way, isn't it? Oh dear. Oh, to employ a joiner. I sort of priced it up. I mean, you know, a joiner to do this probably charge £600, which is a fair whack, you know. But I don't know. This is day 2. Cheryl helped in the beginning. Now, of course, she's back at work. But I mean, we can do them, that's not the issue. It's just how good can we make them look, I suppose. Well, we can, you know. You can always tat some up, can't you? Now, apparently, those shoes are going, and she's going to extend a curtain rail. So that's good. So this here, I don't know if you can see, it went a bit dark. But that can be tidied up. That's fine. Right, so we've got the top doors to do, which will be the same struggle, you know. There's no reason to suspect that it won't. But at least I've learned a lot of lessons from doing those bottom ones. So watch this space. Okay.
Okay, so we're not quite there yet, but wanted to give you an update. Obviously, we've still got some framing to do and the top doors to go on, but I just wanted to tell you what my thoughts are for my plans for this, because I've had a really good think about this room. So these doors, these are going to be painted, as will the top ones. I don't know what colour yet. In here, I'm thinking I'm going to ask Mike to do me some shelves, some shelving, and make it more usable for storage. If I really am going to get into my sewing this year, then if I'm really going to get into my sewing this year, then storage is absolute key. So that's for in there.
So will that rail come out, that clothes rail?
Yeah, because I've realised I can actually fit everything into my wardrobe area over here.
Yeah.
So everything does actually fit on my wardrobe in there. So I don't need this as a wardrobe anymore. So I'm going to use it as storage, which will be a lot more useful.
Yeah.
So that's those. Now, big turnaround is the shoe display, which is all very nice. It's lovely. I love my shoes, I do. But it's a complete waste of storage space that I really need. Now, things like this that I will wear, I am keeping.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And I'm keeping some of my shoes that, you know, that I can wear, which aren't too high and that are good classics that go with a lot of things, jeans, dresses. The ones that are break your neck, I'm selling, and I've made a decision on that. So some of my shoes I am going to sell. I have, this is just some of them. I do have more. I have some killer boots that are really high, Carvela, and I'm going to sell those as well. And instead of, so this will become storage. I don't quite know what yet. I haven't organised that in my head. But these curtains, these are going to go into our bedroom for now, because these are £6.50 curtains from charity shop. And these will go into our bedroom and be curtains for Mike's wardrobe, just to tidy it up for now until we decide what we're doing in there. And then I'm going to get some really nice ones that I like for in here, and they'll cover from there all the way to the end. And I just think covering this just looks so much tidier. It does. So yeah, that's my thoughts on my room so far. You know what I'm like. I might change it 10 or 15 times yet, but that's where I'm going at the moment. Top end, okay. These are loose at the minute and there's quite a lot of space at the back, which is useless. I need these because I'm going to put fabric in them. So there's a little bit of weight needs taking there. So there's another little support going to go in there to hold that up. And then what Mike's going to do to make it more usable is fix it so that they're not flapping about. Fix them down, and then I've got some proper box shelves. These I'm going to make really pretty. I don't know how yet, but I am. That's the plan on those. And I'm not sure that I'll be keeping these fabric buckets either, I think, for my fabric, because I can't see what I've got. That's the problem. Everything's put away in a box and I don't know what I have. So I want to have everything out and wrap round a card, which Mike said 12 by 12, he'll make me some cards and then I can wrap my fabric around, lining them up, and I'll know exactly what I've got. Which is quite useful, I think. Yeah. So that's where I'm up to with this.
Good. So, well, you've also got plastic boxes down there.
Yeah, I mean, some of them, I'm going to put one of them which will be shoes for sale. Shoes and boots for sale will go in. And then others, shoes that I am keeping, that'll get put away properly. They'll probably very nicely get put away in there. I do still have some shoe boxes. I do tend to keep shoe boxes. But either way, if Mike's doing me some shelves, I'll have somewhere nice to put my shoes.
Yeah, good. So obviously we've still got the doors to put on the top.
Yeah.
And I've got the frame, or we've got the frame to do. And then hang the doors in the same way. The smaller doors, these, just so you can see them, they haven't sagged. So I only cut an inch off them and they haven't sagged. So I'm hoping I don't have to put a back on them, you know, a bit of ply to hold them. So lessons learned from doing these other doors. My goodness, that tested, oh, both of us really. What about up there then?
Well, I like my hamper baskets.
Yeah.
I think they look nice. But there are things that need to come down. There's my sewing machine cover.
Yeah.
And then that can go in this little storage area here.
Yeah.
And I like my Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
But basically, I'll just tidy it up a little bit better because I'll have a little bit more room and it'll all line up and look pretty.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You can tell I'm working the camera because it's bouncing about all over. Good, right. So, yeah, that'll be probably the end of Sunday's video.
Yeah, and we're having cherry pie and cream.
Because it's Friday.
It's cherry pie and cream. Cherry pie and whipped cream, and that's my treat. But yeah.
So, obviously we had a big week. Cheryl's worked all week. Looked after me, looked after Willow, etc. And helped me with bits and bobs. I've shown a video every day. So for about 14 days, I just went, you know, straight at stuff. I'm now not 100% because my legs have shattered. But no, I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed a full week of videos. I think we'll be back to normal now. And more about what Cheryl's up till until I get back on my feet, as they say.
Yeah, Mike's been in quite a lot of pain with his legs, so he does need to rest now. Take a little bit of a holiday from DIY.
A little bit, yeah.
That's it from me on this one. I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for all your support, all of your comments. We are reading them. As usual, I'm struggling to keep up and answer them all, but Mike tends to do that verbally. You'll notice he reads the comments and then he'll talk to you and he'll say, I've read this.
Yeah.
And I'll probably do the same next week. I'll have a good look through, and any good ones, I'll just think, yeah, I'll talk to you on video about it.
There was 2 comments that come to mind while Cheryl said that. Somebody said, is that a little sunburn near the boiler? No, it is a shadow. And somebody else commented on the Friday video about why on earth did somebody put a piece of glass in a wall above the stairs? Well, it wasn't uncommon. people would often do it to brighten a spare room. I suspect that the lad who lived here and his family before us, maybe the wife, when she was poorly, moved into that room, and he wanted to make it a little bit more, well, nicer for her. But it's not uncommon. It's gone. The glass is gone. Can't think of any other comments at the minute that I can answer, but them two just popped in my head as Cheryl was about to say goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hype. See you on the next one. Bye. I'm loving it. Just class that as.
Just recap, it's the next morning.
So on another video,